This is the part of the show where we like to talk about some of the stories that happened this week and some of the interactions that we had with potential customers, etc. A good friend of ours of the show, Beth Reingold, she's actually the president of the Pikesville Owings Mills Chamber of Commerce. I had a chat with her this week, related to us actually being back at the farmers market. Yeah, it's great. So as I was talking to Beth, about the farmer's market, I asked her how she was doing, and she told me a story about our CBD. So she's a customer of ours, and she has a bottle laying around. And, it's not atypical for a lot of our customers to have a bottle laying around and not use it every day. Sometimes they like to use it situationally, and we've talked about the benefits or not of that. But Beth said to me that, she's recovering from some, I believe it was a shoulder procedure. She's still in pain. She's still having problems sleeping. And I believe she developed a neck issue, too. I'm looking at my notes here. She said she got a pinched nerve in her neck.
Right, Beth.
Poor Beth, right. So she remembered that she had our CBD. She said that she took a full dropper under her tongue before she went to sleep. And she said she slept like a baby, which is great, and she was pain-free. Now, what I told Beth is that you didn't have to take a full dropper, not that there's any harm in that, but it's actually a little bit wasteful. Really, a little bit goes a long way. So I educated her a little bit about the fact that she could actually start with less. I mean, start with a quarter dropper, start with a half a dropper, something a little bit more reasonable so that you can eventually build up if you need to. But nevertheless, I'm happy that she got some relief. The other part of that is that I reminded her that she could also use our product topically. So I reminded her that she could put a single drop or two on her neck, where she's experiencing that shoulder pain, and then the combination of that, as well as taking it under her tongue, certainly should make her sleep better. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
And that's what the experts say. That's what Doc G just recommended. And that aloe trick, I can't wait to try too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get home and break open that aloe plant, mix it in, and rub it in a sore knee joint I got right now.
And you're lucky you got an aloe plant.
Everyone should have one.
I'm just saying, fresh is best. So back to Doc G. One of the points that Doc G always makes is that you have to, when you're talking about sourcing a proper product, it's about testing the plants. It's about just really making sure that you have a good, credible product. So why don't we talk a little bit about what that means, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that's important is proper sourcing. And we test the plants all the way through to the finishing point, don't we, Steve?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, And the reason why the proper sourcing is number one, for safety. If you don't have a product or hemp plant that's grown in proper soil with proper inputs, that, if it's fed pesticides, which they really don't need because, hemp is a natural pesticide product. It does repel pests anyway. But if you don't have a good product grown in soil, if it's grown in an area, outdoor crops grown near another farm that happens to be spraying something on their crops, that can also get over there. So you have to make sure that it's properly sourced. And when Doc G says that, he means making sure that the vendor that you're buying it from looks at these types of things.
And besides actually the safety of that, there's also the concept of the potency, right? So if it's properly sourced, you can also be somewhat assured that the potency is accurate, and especially if you verify that further.
And that's where the potency comes in the third-party lab test, and actually the safety of it too. He always talks about third-party testing, and if you don't have a vendor or you're not buying your product for someone that is putting the lab report right in front of you, you have to question that. There's so many companies out there that say third-party tested, and they have a little image of a checkbox. We're third-party tested. Look at the third-party lab report. You have to look. Even if you don't understand it, make sure you go through it and make sure they have all the things and compare it against ours.
True story. And we have people coming up, and they throw money at us, and we always show them a lab report. Also,
That's
make
right.
sure it's full spectrum, folks.